World-renowned psychic who accurately predicted 9/11 has chilling warning for Trump about May 13, 2017. Whether you're one to believe in clairvoyance or not, there is no denying the incredible accuracy of one world-renowned blind psychic who accurately predicted the terror attacks on September 11, Barack Obama's win as 44th president before he ran, and more. Now, more of what Bubba Vanga predicted before she died almost 10 years ago is unfolding before our eyes, leading to perhaps the most chilling prediction yet for what's going to happen on May 13, 2017. Vanga has a shocking success rate of major predictions well before they came to fruition, which some believe proves that she's correct. She stated that America's 44th president would be black and would also be the last African American leader of the United States. She also predicted the rise of the Islamic State in conjunction with an attack they would commit on U.S. soil, referring to horror in the homeland caused by steel birds. This was her way of describing the airplanes in her prophetic mind that ultimately hit the Twin Towers, since she didn't understand what a modern aircraft looked like or was called, having been blind since age 12, documentary Tube reports. She passed away in 1996 before her other prophecies could unfold, which we are seeing now today, including a conflict between Russia, America, and North Korea that she said would start from Islamic State's involvement in Syria. Now, her psychic successor, self-proclaimed messenger of God Horacio Villegas, according to the Mirror, has an equal accuracy to Vanga and a chilling warning for President Trump and America. Villegas' latest statement comes as a warning with not much time before the given date in which he claims it will take place. As we watch what is happening between North Korea, Russia, America, and Syria, it seems that we're on the brink of World War III, and Villegas said it's closer than we thought, set to start on May 13, 2017. This comes after he said in 2015 that America's billionaire businessmen would become the Illuminati king who will bring the world into World War III, Villegas said. That day is less than a month away, and with everything happening as both mystics suggested it would end, proof of which is right before our eyes, there's strong reason to believe this war is on our horizon. His prediction is particularly troublesome for Russia, North Korea, and China, which Villegas says will be in deadly global conflict. The specific date doesn't come without reasoning, as explained by the Mirror. It is claimed that Our Lady, another name for the Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus, visited Fatima in Portugal on 6 different occasions. The first visitation was said to have taken place on May 13, 1917. This was the day, according to the Catholic faith, that Our Lady warned people that if her requests to convert Russia to the faith were not followed, God would use the country to wreak havoc on the world. The 100th anniversary of this event is less than 4 weeks away, which Villegas believes is when the war we're already seeing percolate will erupt. As for how long it will last, the mystic continues with his same theory to predict its end on October 13, 2017, since Our Lady of Fatima announced, the war is going to end, and the soldiers will soon return to their homes. The main message that people need to know in order to be prepared is that between May 13 and October 13, 2017, this war will occur and be over with much devastation, shock and death, Villegas told the Daily Star. Whether you believe in prophecy at all or see the writing on the wall, it's quite likely that we could see World War III in most of our lifetimes. While the prospect of this event is certainly terrifying, we can all rest assured knowing that at least we have a capable commander-in-chief in charge who is proactive about our defense. America has returned to the position of the superpower, and all the players in this war don't stand a chance against our military. Millions of illegals just got huge surprise from Trump today after they just tried to sue him. For years, under the Obama administration, our borders have been essentially useless. Illegals have flooded over them entering the country and then expect free handouts. Sadly, those freebies were given and the American taxpayer was the one who footed the bill. Now, after years of witnessing these illegals take advantage of our system, Americans just received great news. Back in 2015, 28 women and 33 children attempted to cross the border illegally. These border jumpers were quickly apprehended and brought to Pennsylvania, where they were held in custody. Now, This should have been an open and shut case. These people illegally crossed the border and logic would dictate to send them right back. Well, that would be common sense, right? No, these illegal immigrants decided to challenge their expedited deportation. The Third United States Circuit Court of Appeals heard the case and ruled that illegal aliens have no constitutional rights to the due process if they are denied entry. Which obviously makes sense. So, you would think that would have been the end of the story. Nope, not at all. These illegals decided to challenge the lower court's decision and bring it to the Supreme Court. Well, on Monday, the SCOTUS crushed their hopes and dreams and refused to even hear the case. According to Reuters, the U.S. Supreme Court sidestepped a turbulent debate over illegal immigration on Monday, turning away an appeal by a group of asylum-seeking Central American women and their children who aim to clarify the constitutional rights of people who the government has prioritized for deportation. The families, 28 women, and 33 children ages 2 to 17 from El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, had hoped the justices would overturn the lower court's ruling preventing them from having their expedited removal orders reviewed by a federal judge. That Philadelphia-based court said the status of the families, all apprehended in Texas and later held in Pennsylvania, was akin to non-citizens who are denied entry at the border and they were not entitled to a court hearing to challenge that decision. This is exactly what needed to be done after all these years of chaos. I still am not understanding what was so hard for anyone to comprehend here, either. Constitutional rights only apply to United States citizens and not people who just want to be here. If these people wanted to be American citizens, then all they had to do was apply for citizenship like everyone else before them. However, that is not how liberals want this country. The left's desire is to have no borders in order to implement a one-world government. It is all about power and control, and a nation without borders is a way to usher in their diabolical plan. But, what they were not counting on was President Trump. You see, Trump is establishing America again as a nation of law and order. And, as we know, the left cannot stand that their plans for destruction have been thwarted. Who knows how this case would have ended up if Hillary Clinton had been elected. But, because of Trump's victory and his appointment of Justice Neil Gorsuch, we are getting back on the right track. Share this if you agree with the Supreme Court's decision and let us know what you think in the comments below. Pic emerges of what Trump just did to Hillary's WH picture and it's pissing idiots off everywhere. The White House is filled with historical pieces and artifacts that represent our nation's history, but perhaps none are so rightfully controversial and repulsive as the image of the failed Democrat candidate, Hillary Clinton. She earned a framed spot on the wall for her role as First Lady, just like all others before her. However, her portrait there is ironic given her loss to Donald Trump, who now has a new reason to laugh as he walks past her picture in a house he has control of, instead of her. Changes within the White House have been ongoing with the introduction of a president who abides by his own set of rules. Today was no different as he hosted a trifecta of conservative badasses and liberal enemies, who at some time during their visit decided to help Trump disgrace his former competitor in a way that's infuriating liberal idiots everywhere. It couldn't be well played, as the picture of the incident shared online proves. Loud and proud Trump supporters, Kid Rock, Ted Nugent, and Sarah Palin were invited to spend some much-deserved time at the White House today after having campaigned hard for him. Those supportive efforts haven't ceased since he was sworn into office, and now the much-anticipated gathering finally happened today, to deplorable's delight. The day was marked by a number of photographs, but none quite as notable as these three in front of Hillary Clinton's portrait. Liberal media squawk Keith Olbermann, who always chimes in with hate for every picture taken in the White House since Trump has been there, referred to the threesome posing in front of Hillary as trailer park trash. That's funny coming from a guy who had nothing but praise for the Obamas and the debaucherous company they invited into the White House. Of course the liberals went crazy. They had no problem with Obama inviting rap stars to the White House who rap about raping and pimping women and selling drugs, though, the Gateway pundit reported. And where were the liberals wringing their hands when Obama invited the terrorists from Black Lives Matter and Muslim Brotherhood into the White House? Olbermann wasn't the only one trolling the picture that actually trolled liberals like them. Other liberal blowhards decided to show their butt. The funny thing is, the joke is on them. These three conservatives and Trump knew exactly what they were doing by posing for this awesome picture, and liberal idiots were quick to the bait with their responses, defending their heroine who was once a first lady, but then never a president. It's nice to see a love of country, our Constitution, and people who bleed red, white, and blue in the White House. The poser and his rapper friends are out, and true American patriots are in. Somehow, this triggers liberals who hate to see God-fearing people posing with this criminal's portrait, because the truth of the reality hurts. Hillary will never have a place in the people's house other than right there on the wall. Breaking: North Korea just threatened the United States. Look what they just did. North Korean state media just warned the United States that there would be a super mighty preemptive strike when U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said that the United States was going to look for peaceful ways to get North Korea to hand over its nuclear weapons. President Donald Trump will take a hard line with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and it has gotten this full response via the Rodong Sinmun, official North Korean newspaper. In the case of our super mighty preemptive strike being launched, it will completely and immediately wipe out not only U.S. imperialist invasion forces in South Korea and its surrounding areas but the U.S. mainland and reduce them to ashes, it said. The era of strategic patience is over with North Korea. Even lying Paul Ryan thinks North Korea is a threat. Allowing this dictator to have